Oh, it's coming at it. It might blow it.
Oh,
It's going for it. It's shooting it. That's a missile. Oh, I just got this on video, dog. Boom, it knocked it out.
oh,
Look.
it did, he hit it.
Holy I just got it on video.
Holy
Dude, I just caught that on video, bro.
Bro, they just shot it out of the sky. I promise you, they just shot it out of the damn sky. We just got videos on it.
Coastline. So, cautioning residents there in this particular county in South Carolina, don't touch the debris. Don't really get close to the debris. Professionals will be handling it from the U.S. military.
And that's right. That's what they should put out. That would be the advisory I would expect. Along with the ground stop of aircraft in the area, I would have also expected that something like this and probably a notice to mariners had been put out earlier to say to avoid this area. And I have no doubt that where they brought down the balloon was done specifically to avoid, to minimize any chance that this thing could hit any marine vessel afloat, civilian or any other vessel that would have been out there. And so there was a lot of very detailed planning that went into when to take this out and how to take this out. And the fact that it was 6 nautical miles off the coast tells me that they looked at this very closely, and they were probably looking at where maritime traffic in that area might be and where they could easily clear out maritime traffic. And so they took it, they took the shot, and they planned the debris field where it had the highest likelihood of missing any vessel or potentially causing harm to anyone in any way, shape, or form. So there was a lot of very good planning that went into taking this out. I know it sounds like they just went up and just shot a missile into a balloon, but it's not. There's a lot of thinking that goes into this. And I can say from a planning perspective, but also from an intelligence perspective, that when we go into this type of planning, we look at various different courses of action in terms of this. And even within the decision to hit it with a missile, we decide which missile is best. We decide where we want to hit it, how, and the folks doing the recovery effort are sitting in the room, and they're adding their inputs in terms of how to best enable a fast, effective recovery.
So what does this mean for the U.S.? We have what they say is a Chinese spy balloon flying over, allegedly. They don't know what it is. They obviously haven't confirmed it yet to be what it is. So who knows what this actually is, who actually sent it. I'm just saying how he's talking, it could be alleged that this is a test run for the U.S. They want to use a certain kind of jet. They practicing a certain kind of jet, so they're doing this as a test run just to see if they can successfully bring it down without hurting anybody. But what does this say to U.S.? Maybe our technology don't pick up stuff like this. Maybe our technology needs to be enhanced. But my thing is, I find it strange that once they start going at the firearms and all this stuff, now we have Chinese spy balloons supposed to be mapping locations and sending over locations and stuff like they don't have Google for that. But I don't know what to think about this. How many people on a daily basis really look up and throughout the day look up to see what's happening? Because this balloon floated for a while before they actually shot it down. So who actually looks up and studies the skies? I think we need to do that more often. So let's get into this video though. It's crazy because with all that's happening, this is not like groundbreaking news.
Not so much my gut, but the reporting was there was 2 F-22s that were on strip alert or standby. There was a report that was out that there were some AC-130 or KC-130 aerial refuelers, and that a couple of F-22s, a flight of F-22s, if you will, were standing by to use this. And I'm not sure what missile was used. All I can tell you from the missile is it was one that went up and probably did a proximity fuse detonation of it. So when it got up to the balloon itself, the warhead went off and then sent shrapnel going through the warhead or through the balloon, which then caused that shredding effect. And as you saw the balloon fell, not surprisingly, little pieces of the balloon started falling off. That's indicative of a balloon that's been really torn apart extensively. If it was just a few perforations in there, the balloon would deflate, but it would stay largely intact. In this case, you see where it literally just, falls apart quickly. And you have to look at the rapidity with which it deflated, which basically it just imploded, if you will. That's also an indication of an explosive device. You see that puff of smoke? That's an indication of an explosive device. That may be, by the way, I'm not a chemist, but I think that some of that puff of smoke may actually be the helium that was in the balloon at high altitude. That's kind of what we're seeing there. But you look how that thing is just literally just fell apart. I mean, all of it immediately deflated in a massive, rapid loss of gas. And then you see where the balloon has essentially become sort of a streaming parachute at this point. And with the with the velocity with which it's falling to Earth, that's starting to rip off little pieces of the balloon, and you're starting to see stuff float away. That's to be expected. Now the question is, and I'm sure they're looking at this very closely with every optical device that we have, did the package, the surveillance package, the electronics underneath, did it stay connected to the balloon, or did it disconnect? And there's a lot of thought on that, which is, well, would they have possibly set this up in such a way that if it was taken down, which they assumed, if you're going to send a balloon like this across the U.S., your assumption might be that it would be taken down, could have been set up that if the balloon does get shot down, that the package might automatically detach and fall to Earth.
Now, I stopped it for a reason, because now I'm just thinking, spitballing. So what if this right here was the first attempt, like first attempt on a major attack? Like, what if that was a test flight? Okay, they shot the balloon down. The package successfully dropped, made it to the ground. Now, what if the package, next time that drops and hits the ground, is a bomb or maybe some type of nuclear joint to send radioactive waves across the land? It's like this is spooky on so many levels, because like I said, this balloon went undetected for so long before they shot it down. So what if the next time, like I said, they do that and they shoot it down, it's something bigger than just a box falling to the ground, So this is something we as Americans need to pay attention to. Like this video, like, share, subscribe, comment. As always, I'm ACOG Chop. This is Always Carry Your Gun podcast. I'm out.
That's something that they're probably looking at very closely. That would give them a lot of, from a potential Chinese recovery standpoint, It would give them more time to do stuff.
Okay.
But also, it would also destroy it more completely than if it was connected to the balloon itself.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of what ifs when you look at this.
While you was chasing down signs, I was steady counting mine. Trade nigga, don't play nigga. Got a little brother that's way bigger. Small nigga named Ray nigga, got big guns, he a straight hitter. Hella nigga that's down the ride. 3-7, I'm